Medieval Misadventures, Episode 3, The Wheel of Power. One day, Mavis was sent to take a train to Vicarstown. Well, who's this? It's Mavis, can't you tell? Let's have some fun with her. Show her what we're capable of. Come on, you trucks. No fun and games. Look, that piece of track is all wobbly. Let's see if we can use it to derail Rosie. The trucks gave Rosie a big push, but she didn't derail. One of the trucks did tip a little and some stones spilled onto the adjacent line. Now's our chance. On, said Rickety. Mavis hit the stones, but she just pushed them off the track with her cow catchers and side plates. But she was still out of control and heading for a sharp bend. Just then, Oliver pulled in front of her and braked hard. And he brought her to a stop just inches from the sharp bend. Mavis delivered her goods to Vicarstown and then brought the trucks back to the yard. That Oliver is always ruining everything. I've got a score to settle with him. You've wanted to get back at Oliver for months, but you still haven't succeeded. We need the power to move on our own again. Yes, but how can we get it if Diesel's banished from the kingdom? Nearby, Thomas saw a sign that read, "Come join the Shunters Club at Navert Station." This could be fun, said Thomas. Navert Station. So Thomas went to Navert Station and was met by 3 engines. Good day. Are you here to join the Shunters Club? In fact, I am. Well, that's great. Let's start off with the introductions. I'm Charlie, and I'm a shunter. I'm also the engine that created this club. And I'm a hybrid engine. Really? No, not really. That was a joke. I'm also a comedian. The engine shared a laugh. Moving on, I'm Stafford, and I'm an electric shunter. And my name's Philip. Now that I've introduced myself, let me warn you, I'm very fast. So fast that I once beat... Oh look, here comes Norman. Hi Norman. Hello Norman, how's your day going? Top of the morning, Norman. Thomas? Why are you hanging around with these guys? They'll never amount to anything. That is not true. I'll have you know that one time I wanted to have a race against this big blue engine named Gordon, so I challenged him to a race, and guess what? I won, and he didn't overtake me once. Is that impressive or what? He thinks he won, but Gordon didn't actually take part. He told Philip to go away, and Philip thought it was the start of the race, so he raced off on his own. I can't believe you would take the personal time out of your day to come here and be one of them. What's wrong with them? They're shunters, Thomas. Take my advice. If you join their club, no one will forgive you, no one will like you, and you, like all shunters, will fade into the background and eventually fade away to nothing. Well, that wasn't very nice. Don't listen to him, Thomas. He doesn't know what he's talking about. We shunters know more about trucks than anyone else. But Thomas wasn't so sure he was ready to join. I just remembered. I have something else I need to do. I'll come back later. Oh, no worries. We'll wait for you. But as Thomas puffed away, he could see the sad looks on the shunters' faces. The next morning, Thomas was still trying to decide if he wanted to join the Shunters Club. I don't know what to do, Reg. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Just then, Henry, Rosie, and Oliver pulled up. Hey Thomas, want to join us on a quest? Well, I guess so. Great, said Henry. Now, we're going to the old abandoned castle in Ulfstead. Many years ago, the wizard who lived there created a wheel of power. But there was heavy rain going on that day, and the castle was flooded. No one has ever gone to the castle after that, said Oliver, but I want to see what this wheel of power can do. Did you hear that, Scruffy? They're off to find a wheel of power. A wheel of power? Do you think that could help us move on our own again? Maybe. But how are we going to get there before they do? Who says we're going to Ulfstead Castle? We'll let them find it, and when they come back with it, we'll take it. It wasn't long before Thomas and his friends arrived at the junction that led to Ulfstead Castle. Here goes, said Henry. Ulfstead Castle, here we come, said Oliver. The points changed and the engines followed the old line until they came to a steep hill. A few minutes later, they reached the top and entered the castle. Wow, said Rosie. Look at this place. The four friends puffed slowly through the piles of scrap engines. I wonder where that wheel of power is, said Oliver. We should split up, said Henry. We'll each search a different part of the castle. If we think we found it, we'll whistle. No wheel of power here, just a broken crane. Wheel of power, where are you? Nothing in there. Yuck, dirty water. This is not good for my lovely green paint and red stripes. Maybe the wheel of power is still in the wizard's room. I'll check there. Rosie soon found a door that read Wizard's Lair. She opened the door, went inside, and immediately saw the remains of the wizard. Then she saw a chassis with red wheels uprooted on a set of buffers. She blew her whistle and the other engines quickly arrived. So, this is the wheel of power? It can't be. The story says that the wizard only created one wheel of power, not a whole chassis. Now, how would anyone know that the wizard created one wheel of power if the castle flooded, and no one survived, and no one has been to the castle since? Just then, the wheels of the chassis started to glow. I say it's a whole chassis of power, said Thomas, and with that, Thomas pulled the chassis off the top of the buffers, but as soon as the front wheels landed on the tracks, the ground began to shake. What's going on? Asked Thomas. The castle is going to collapse. Run, cried Henry. The engines dashed out of the room and out of the castle as fast as they could. They needed to save these seconds before the castle collapsed. Phew, that was too close. How did that even happen? Maybe it was the wheel of power. Oh please, that's silly. It's obvious that the castle was ready to come down any second. The engines decided to just ignore the fact that they had barely escaped with their lives and head home. Look guys, it's Thomas, and he has the wheel of power. Get ready to break away. Just as Thomas turned at the T-switch, the trucks broke the coupling and started rolling back down the hill. Thomas, look out! What? Oh no! Ha 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 ha! That wheel of power is mine! Then there was trouble. Thomas didn't see a red signal up ahead. And he didn't see Norman approaching the junction with some trucks. Norman saw Thomas and braked, but the trucks pushed him on. With a loud crash, Thomas and Norman collided and came off the rails. The runaway trucks crashed into the chassis. Scruffy flipped upside down and the chassis flew high into the air. Ow. Ugh, that could have been a little smoother. Yeah, well. Hey, did I just put myself back on the tracks? I think you did. Where's the wheel of power? Scruffy, look down. Or up. Which way is up? The chassis had landed on the bottom of Scruffy and knocked off his old black wheels. Let's see if I can get up. Yes, we can move on our own. Again. That wheel of power really works, said Fred. Thomas, Norman, said Rosie, are you all... Uh-oh, said Henry. Run for your lives, cried Oliver. Get them, said Scruffy. But try as they might, Henry, Rosie, and Oliver could not escape the trucks. The trucks rammed them off the track and captured them, Thomas, and Norman. That'll hold them. Now, I'll go get the other trucks. Fred, you're in charge until I get back. Scruffy hurried to the yard, doing his best to not be spotted. Hey look, it's Scruffy, and he's got some new wheels, and he's moving on his own. Hey look, I'm moving on my own too. Keep it down, someone might hear you. Now, come with me. We've captured some engines, including Oliver, so they'll be the first ones we do away with. Not long after the trucks left, Stafford, Philip, and Charlie arrived. Hey, where are all the trucks? Asked Philip. Maybe a majority of them were taken for trains, said Stafford. I'm pretty sure the engines wouldn't need so many trucks for their trains, said Charlie. Well then, where did they all go? I'd say they gained the power to move on their own and just left the yard. Yeah, that'll be the day. Meanwhile, Scruffy and the trucks had returned and were making plans. What do we do with these 5 engines? We destroy them. What else? Which one should we destroy first? Oliver, of course. I've waited months to even the score with this pathetic Great Western engine. I want to destroy Thomas first, said Rickety. I want to see the looks on his friends' faces when we take them apart one piece at a time. I want to destroy Norman first, said Fred. We can blow up his fuel tank and burn the steam engines to a crisp. Oliver, Norman, Thomas! Oh dear, this won't end well. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 20. 5. 19. The answer is 11. I win. I knew it! Well, if you knew it, why didn't you say it? Alright, let's do this. How exactly are we going to destroy these engines, Scruffy? All we have is our buffers. Scruffy was about to respond when suddenly... Oh! No, oh, ow! What in the world? Ow! Salt in my eyes. It hurts so much. Don't just stand there, you idiots. Do something. Whoa, ah! Oh! No, watch out! Whoa! Hold still, you! Look out! Oh! Ow! That's cold! Brrr. Thomas and the other engines watched in awe as Stafford, Charlie, and Children bumped and bashed the trucks around. Ow! Okay, that's it. I'm getting out of here. Don't. Oh! The trucks collided into Scruffy and his chassis went flying off. Haha, we did it, said Philip. Victory! Cried Charlie. Are you guys alright? Said Stafford. We are now, said Henry. Thank goodness you came to our rescue. How did you know where to find us? Asked Rosie. These trucks laughed so loud we could hear them from miles away, said Charlie. When we heard them, we knew something was up. You guys are heroes. I'm definitely joining your club. You gotta show me how you handle those trucks, said Thomas. We should dispose of that chassis, said Oliver. It's way too dangerous if it ends up in the wrong buffers. I know a place where we can take it, said Henry. Norman, said Thomas, do you have anything you want to say to these three? Norman sighed. Thank you for saving us, and I'm sorry for being rude yesterday. Apology accepted, said Stafford. Now let's get this mess cleaned up, said Rosie, and take the trucks back to the yard. Fred, this is all your fault, shouted Scruffy. How's this my fault? Asked Fred. I hardly had anything to do with this. Exactly. You should have done something to help. You all should have put up more of a fight. Oh, shut up, Scruffy, shouted Rickety. So the mess was cleaned up, the trucks were taken back to the yard, and Henry took away the chassis of power. The next day, Thomas went to Nafford. Alright, are we ready to do this? I guess so. Alright, when it comes to shunting, you have to show those trucks who's boss, just like how we did yesterday. You need to get them a good bumping, sneak up behind them, and take them by surprise. And if you really want to show them who's boss, it helps to... And so I took away the chassis of power, and as you can see, Thomas decided to join the Shunters Club. Wow, sounds like you had quite the adventure, Henry. Yeah, hopefully the trucks will behave themselves for a while. Where did you end up taking that chassis? Oh, it's somewhere safe. And it was the end of yet another adventure. The day had been saved by the most unlikely of heroes, and the engines had learned not to underestimate the power of so-called background characters. Well, what do we have here, Scruff? Said Whiff. Looks like an old chassis, said Scruff. I wonder who it belonged to, said Whiff. Who knows? Into the rubbish crusher it goes.